The Hassan dog abuse situation by Sensitive Society. Yeah, if you haven't heard it, Hassan Piker abused his dog on stream with a shock collar. Yes, it is a shock collar. People have looked it up on Twitter. They have looked up the model. We can tell it's a shock collar. No, Hassan's dog did not hurt herself, like a claw or anything, or like got stuck at something. That's just not truth. We also got some what's the word? Some clips from his older dog that passed away that he pulled his tail. Interesting. Anyways,
all right, guys, no intro, no nothing, no. Hey, subscribe.
Here we go. It's gonna be horrible.
Drop like, share with your mama. No, well, not yet. Maybe till the end. This isn't gonna be your average Hassan bad because politics part 67. Besides this,
yeah, Hassan bad because dog abuse. Look at this little baby over there. Look at her. She's doing nothing. And even if that wasn't the case, even if it wasn't the case, the truth is that forcing a dog to lay in the same corner, for hours on end, or you getting upset that she moves, is still abuse. I do not care. You wouldn't put a child in school. You wouldn't force a child to stand in the same corner for 4 hours straight. You wouldn't do that. Why would you do that to a dog? Again, I have dogs. I have dogs. I love my dog, and that is not what happened.
Stupidity that he continues to do and say, but that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're going to be talking about something extremely concerning. So there's this post going pretty viral on Reddit. It has close to 30,000 upvotes in 4 hours. It says Hassan reaching for something and seemingly shocking his dog to keep her in camera view. So this is the dog that people are talking about, and despite the fact that I don't like Hassan, I was pretty willing to be charitable towards him and be like, come on guys, there's a lot of stuff to criticize him for, but animal abuse, that's a new one. Like, I get it, he's
just put him on the list, and people are like, yeah, it's just damaging his reputation that this is being spread. Shut the heck up. That man has no reputation. Here's Krok. Hi, Krok. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. At least it's not as bad as Eliza Kuzmenko. Interesting. Never heard of that person.
Cringy, whatever, but come on, animal abuse. Hassan, my favorite socialist, my favorite champagne socialist, he would never. Until I watched the video and I was like, oh, this ain't good. And if he doesn't get banned for this, he will never be banned, all right?
He does not get banned for this, and if they're going to ban him, Dan Clancy's gonna be like, hey, yo, Hassan, when you gonna take a vacation, by the way? And then he's gonna ban him for the vacation or like the break. You can't work with that. Like, Twitch is in the trenches. Twitch is ass.
To literally execute a dog, and Dan Clancy will get on his knees, grab that glizzy, and go to town. Here's the video in question.
But it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence. Okay,
ironic that he talks about violence here. Like, look, the baby's she's not doing anything. She's just walking around.
It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby.
See, I think what my opinion here, right? His reaction. He did not expect for her to yelp. He did not expect for her to yelp. His reaction is simply, fuck. That was a mistake. And now he got nervous because people are going to use that against him. That is what I see. I see a man shocking his dog. And, anyways, we can tell that, like, she didn't hurt herself. He was reaching for something. We can tell he was reaching for something. Son still got some defenders, the Lone Box, and that one girl that adores him, obviously, yeah. I mean, obviously, Denims, Frogan, right? These people. You don't know Eliza. You don't know Eliza? Skinned 2 dogs just because she's curious. The fuck? Sounds pretty much immune to the law at this point. Yeah, he pretty much is.
It's just, you're making her stressed. She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom.
Now, the conspiracy theory, and I don't think it's a conspiracy theory at this point, what he seems to be reaching for and then putting down, the streets are saying that it's a shock collar. This looks absolutely horrible. And even if I'm being charitable towards Hassan, and he was never reaching for the remote for the shock collar, why did he get mad and upset when the dog was just moving out of bed? It's like, Hassan, you are 40 years old. That is not a prop, all right? That's not a little plushie. That's a living creature that you have.
But he's treating her like a prop. He's treating the dog like a prop. Not only that, it's also that he forces her to lie on that bed for hours on end. That to me is animal abuse. I am sorry, but that's the truth. To me, that is animal abuse.
In your house that you use as a prop because big dog equals cute for all the retards that watch you every single day. No matter how you flip it, it's weird. Whether he had a shock collar and was, you know, shocking the dog because he got out of bed. Yeah, dude, he's supposed to move. Once again, he's not a prop. He's not a fucking dog pop Funko that just stays on your shelf, not moving for the rest of your fucking life. But you don't want him to move because you don't want your precious prop to ruin the frame while you're spewing political slop. And Hassan did respond to this, and it was legitimately the stupidest response ever. Top 5, honestly.
Is there like a fucking LSF video or something? Is that why there's like hella people coming in here and screeching?
I love this argument. Oh my god, people are concerned about my dog. Holy shit.
People are screeching. Or are people just actually concerned that you're abusing your dog? Maybe just that. Like, dude, Hassan versus accountability. This is gonna be a long fight.
So annoying.
Is that what's going on? Oh, classic. It started on D, then H3, then LSF is the classic pipeline. I'm gonna fucking die, dude.
The thing that Hassan always says and does is this is cut out of context, guys. There's so much more context to it. But we actually, for one of the rare times, we get the full context of something. And he's like, nah, Reddit and Twitter and my haters are lying. It's like, dude, we saw it in real.
We saw it in real time, bro. We saw it in real time, and not to mention all the political violence you were essentially advocating for. Aside from that, we saw what you did to the dog, whatever the reason is. I don't think shock your dog should never be tolerated. Of course not. I mean, here in Europe, it's like most countries have banned it, right? Shock collars are banned here. If you use them, goodbye. They're gonna take your dog. And you're gonna pay a juicy punishment for that. Obviously in the US that's not the case.
Real time, what do you mean? Nah, I blame Ethan for this. I blame all the slop tubers for this. But dude,
Yeah, he was essentially blaming the far right and pro-Israel people for the situation when this had nothing to do with that. Nothing. Nothing. This was nothing. This had nothing to do with that.
Press the shock collar button. What do you mean? We all saw it in real time. Nah, Ethan pressed it. He came over to my house and he pressed the button to harm my dog, so I look bad. Just trust. It's the Nazis out to get us. It's the ops. It's the slop tubers. Even though I pressed the button and then I got mad at my dog for wanting to get up. Like, no matter which way you flip it, you look bad. Why were you upset by it just getting out of bed? It's such a weird thing to be mad at.
Yes, I am incredibly abusive to the not only best trained, but also
if he's the best trained dog, then why does he have a shock collar? If he's the best trained dog, why does he have, even if it's not a shock collar, let's say it's a vibration collar, why does he wear a vibration collar? I can smell the lies from here. They're stinky.
The best behaving and most spoiled dog on the planet.
If anything, this just makes things worse. If he behaves so well, why does he still have it?
When Kaya yelped, yeah, she yelped because she fucking clipped herself on something when she was getting off the bed.
This is legitimately the easiest thing to disprove. Just show us a close-up of the collar. And you could beat the animal abuse allegations. But did he do that? No. He'll probably do it tomorrow when he streams and be like, see guys, this dog doesn't have a shock collar. I very obviously did not take it off and put a brand new one. My whole thing is, why not do it in real time? The dog is right there. I'm sure you could get up, pick up the camera, or bring the dog your way and show us that he does not have a shock collar. But does he do that? No. Which is extremely suspicious of him. Why not show it to the people so the haters and the ops...
He showed the collar, and then people looked up the model and realized, wait a minute, that's not a vibration collar. XQC already pointed it out. That's not... It was blinking. That's another thing. It's the connection between the Israel and Palestine. Hasan, if you don't know, is a far left, actually left extremist, political streamer. Not only that, he advocates for essentially the murder of people that he doesn't agree with. He also supports terrorism. For some odd reason, he's also fairly anti-Semitic, as far as I understand. There's like multiple other situations as well. He used his identity as a Muslim to like as a shield. What other things are there? They made like an ethnicity tier list once. So he's actually also kind of racist. Aside from that, yeah, there was multiple other things that Hasan did as well.
Just shut the fuck up and they move on. I don't know. Why is that so hard to understand? I know that I would. If I was getting allegations that I was a dog abuser, I would just be like, here guys, let me bring my dog over here. Let me show you the collar. But he never does that, which is extremely fucking weird. Close up of KS collar.
In the same positive association with Israel. So all this does is breed resentment against Israel, and also, depending on how, violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
There's no glass on the floor.
Also, I think, let's say she gets clipped. Let's say she clipped. It doesn't even make sense because, for one, she lays down immediately as if she knows that she has to lay down immediately. She lays down immediately. That has not... No. No, there is no way this is not a shock collar.
The dog didn't slip. Dogs don't cry like that out of nowhere. I fail to see what Hasan meant by, oh, you know, she probably clipped herself somewhere. Isn't this supposed to be a bed? Hasan forcing his dog to sit in bed for hours so she can be a background prop for his stream as well. And this person shows us a shock collar, and I guess in a different position. Kind of looks like this with the one that the other dog had, Hasan's dog. This person says, yeah, it's a shock collar, and he shocked her. I use them too, but I will say my dogs don't yelp. You gotta turn that shit down, not leave it on 10. And there's also this...
There's also another clip of a lady in his stream saying that essentially the collar's too tight. It should be 2 fingers in there. She can't even get in one. Basically, he's choking his dog. So that might add to it as well.
This video that keeps getting removed from Reddit. And just check this out. Removed by moderator. The fat, greasy moderators are trying to protect Hasan here. No one shall criticize my favorite champagne socialist, guys. Says the person that's making about $2 per day. Moderating for free, but I digress. But thankfully, we have a copy of it, and we're gonna show it here. Hasan's guest says his dog collar is too tight.
And now it's mainstream. I love her. I think her collar is too tight.
Yeah, well, it's here we can.
It's a what? Please, Hasan, finish that sentence. I love how he catches himself there. Oh, it's a dog. Sure. Yeah. Let me unease that, dude. What the fuck? Like, I don't want to jump on the whole Hasan is a dog abuser narrative, but I mean, he's not doing himself any fucking favors.
I think her collar's too tight.
Yeah, well,
I mean, with the video resurfacing of 8 years ago, of you know, pulling on the tail of his older dog. Well, I'm gonna say it. I think you're full of shit. You saw the clip of that about... Yeah, I saw the 6-year clip. So you can't even pull out and be like, yo, actually it's AI because it was uploaded in 2019. So yeah, I've seen that clip. You use a shock collar and your dog yelps. You deserve to be allowed to be randomly tased. Yeah. True.
It's here we get.
It's you have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one. I think you're choking her.
She's like, it's 'cause she has a lot of neck meat.
Neck meat. The
Yeah, neck meat. What a pathetic excuse.
poor dog is fucking choking to death, and he's like, that's just neck meat. Come on. I mean, I knew his son was a fucking grifting political slob tuber. The last thing I expected him to be is a potential dog abuser. He's definitely not helping the LA.
Well, he is showing tendencies of sociopathy, so technically, it always being a sociopath always starts with I'm schizoing here, but being a sociopath usually starts with animals, so I'm not surprised here.
Allegations. Once again, take the shock collar away. What about it being way too fucking tight to the point where you can't even put one finger between the dog and the collar? Do you know how tight that needs to be? How is this allowed on Twitch? Not only is terrorist propaganda allowed on Twitch, but also light animal abuse is allowed on Twitch. And XQC had something to say about this, and I have to say, he cooked.
I'm not even gonna be a hater. I'm giving it a fair chance.
Hassan the soy boy.
Just
Hand over.
fuck.
About to press.
Yeah.
Still moving. Now goes forward. I'm assuming probably has a, let's say a Steam Deck, right? Hand forward. Now that was his arm forward. Now his hand going forward probably. See a little bit more.
Go.
Bang! It would be in the next 3 frames. Chat. The
I might
likeliness.
have wasted $5.
There's a good chance. I rarely believe that XQC has anything to add to anything realistically, but even he knows that this is likely a shock collar. Very much. Just realized something. Aside from the abuse, he's also an extremist and confirmed himself as Muslim. I don't know if he follows like Islam. I know, however, that he used his identity, like that he used like being a Muslim as like a shield from criticism. That much I know. Whether he actually follows it or not, I cannot confirm. Yeah. That's pretty much it. If your dog has a lot of neck meat, get them a bigger collar that's not that hard for a person with so much following. He's yeah, especially if you're like especially if you're like a millionaire and you live in a very expensive mansion, you would be able to afford a new collar. That makes no sense. I have a Muslim friend. They said Muslims are not allowed to touch or have dogs. I think this man is controversial. Yeah. Again, he just used it. He uses it as a shield. I am pretty confident he once used it as a shield.
Yeah, the likeliness of this being is like 98%. I'm not being weird. You see the arm movement, right? Looking. No more arm movement now. A little bit more. Tiny bit more. A little bit more. Now it stops now. Guys, 99%.
Shout out to Detective XQC because I agree with him. We needed to see the collar and he didn't. He didn't show us at all. He just played it off as people.
He did show it later. But it just made the case more clear that it is a shock collar.
Coming from Reddit or Ethan Klein fans hating. Dude, why not show us that very moment? It doesn't make any sense to me. If I had dog abuse allegations, I would want to clear those immediately. Like within the next 2 minutes if I'm live streaming. Here's the view of my my keyboard and everything I have on my desk right now. But he never does that, which once again is extremely suspicious. If you only knew how bad things really are.
I mean, yes, if the dog could understand how bad things are, he'd walk away. She'd walk away, she'd leave. Also, how would the dog even scrape itself? Its foot is not anywhere to even touch anything. than the floorboard, especially since its paws were not moving. Its legs were, but not the paws. That also, it's like, I don't think... There's nothing, right? It's the bed. This is the bed. There's nothing, like, she could, like, get, like, stuck on. There's nothing she could get stuck on. I didn't do it. Don't believe your eyes. Yeah, that's pretty much... He's trying to gaslight people. That the thing that happened did not happen.
How much do you guys want to bet that Dan Clancy also has a shock collar and it's pressed by his son at least 5 times per day? Make your bets in the comments below. If you ban me on Twitter...
Dan Clancy is a special caliber anyways. Hi Jacob, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. That man, like, allows straight up children being birthed on live stream while like an OnlyFans advertisement runs in the corner of the same woman. Yeah, nah bro. That man can just, like, Rebozo.
Bitch, Dan, I'm gonna turn this to 11. I'm gonna shock you just like my puppy. And even I tweeted, what a piece of shit he is. I knew he was bad, but doing this to a dog because it wasn't staying still. He's not a fucking prop. That's a dog. You retard. Do you guys want to take a wild guess on who is defending this behavior? Think about it for 5 seconds, and I'll give you the name in the next 5 seconds.
Denims, Frogan, there's probably a lot of other people.
That's all right. You guys are ready? I know you guys are subscribed. You hit the like. You have notifications on. You're watching all the new bangers. All right. I'm about to drop the name and let me know if you had the same name in mind. The person who is defending Hassan is Anissa Jamha.
Holy fuck, she looks like a zombie here. Goodness. So there's a difference between a psychological manipulation and cheap denial. I made the pre-order for Pokemon Legends ZA yesterday on my Switch until the 16th. I can't play. Stuck with a game you can't play. Yeah, this does not surprise. Interestingly enough, why is this cock's wife even involved? Aren't you supposed to pay your debt from Creator Clash? I don't like this woman at all.
I am a big dog lover, love training dogs with positive reinforcement, as you can tell with Marlin and Fiona on Ian streams. No one knows this because no one's watching Ian streams, alright? But okay. I've met Kaya. I saw Kaya while Hassan was streaming. She never had a shock collar on. She was good at her placed command, but that's very easily accomplished.
See, the problem is that these people lie for each other, right? That is the core problem. These people lie for each other, right? So you can't take anything from his friends seriously because they're all yes men, and we know they're all yes men, so they wouldn't even go into anything that is criticism because they're friends. Because they're friends. They're friends. So you can't. Like I said, people looked at it on Twitter. They looked at the collar. They found a similar model, not the exact model, but a similar model that has a similar layout. It looks similar. It is absolutely certain. I'm absolutely certain this is a shock collar. Like, my dog got its claw stuck on its bed, and he did whimper once, but even it wasn't a full-on scream like his dog did. This is like pain, right? This is like actual pain from the dog. Shock and pain. My dog has got stuck. My dog is like running around in the garden, taking everything with her that stands in her way. She full on ran into our fence with full speed. Did not care. Yeah, no, bro. Yeah, no, bro. I've had dogs for as long as I can remember. I grew up with dogs. They don't do this. They don't scream like that. If they get, like, stuck anywhere. That was the name I looked from before. Hassan Sib. Hot take. I'm absolutely certain she has had sex with Hassan. That's my hot take. I cannot. I'm like Dokes out here. I know that she had sex with Hassan. I just can't prove it.
With a positive reinforcement. I would be very, very surprised if this was actually Kaya reacting to a shock collar. Now, something that I want everyone to understand here is that you cannot trust anything that Hassan, Anissa, and Idub say. Did you actually think Anissa was going to be critical of Hassan? Of course not. This person says, even if it's not a shock collar, why does Hassan want her to stay in the same place for hours? I agree. Girl, I haven't even seen you defend your husband this hard. Chill, I agree. I don't think I've ever seen Anissa tweet this fast. She tweeted this like 5 minutes after it came out. Only if she defended iDubbbz this quickly. As a dog owner, wouldn't you check on your dog if they yelped in pain? I see the only reason why someone wouldn't if they already knew what hurt them. Then she also tweeted this for no reason. Also, Ethan Klein is 5'7" at least. How is this relevant? Take your...
Again, my belief is that he did not expect her to yelp. My reaction to this is that I am believing that he did not see her yelping. According to his reaction, he was confused and didn't know what to do in this situation realistically. That's why he was like oh fuck. He was really just oh fuck because he did not expect her to scream in pain. That's what it looks like to me. He did not expect that. Chances are he has probably pressed it multiple times on stream, but this is the first time she actually screamed, and that's why we know. Or maybe he did not pay attention and just pressed it out of like I don't know, out of it being used to it. So it's just a scream of agonizing pain. Yep, I agree with your hot take. She glazed his body verbally. Yeah, and also like the way she looked at him in like streams that she was on. Someone please arrest him. This man is literally advocating for murder. They're not arresting him. That's not happening. He's free to go. He's not even getting banned on Twitch. Meanwhile, if like one of my female VTuber colleagues shows hips on stream, they get banned on Twitch. You can have literal children on Twitch and not get banned.
Your normal pills. You're fucking insane. And you need therapy like 5 times per day for the next 10 years. Something is wrong with this chick. But this is when I ask you guys, what do you think of the situation? Do you think it was a shock collar? Do you think this was valid? What do you think it is? What is your theory about this? Let's see what he says tomorrow, but at the same time, I don't care what he has to say tomorrow. What is he gonna say? He was supposed to say something today while he was live and show us that collar in real time on stream. Not tomorrow when he could just take it off, put a new one to be like, see guys, Kaya doesn't have a shock collar. It's all my haters who are trying to end my career and get me banned off Twitch. I blame Ethan and I blame Tectone for this and all the slob tubers. That's what he's gonna say. I don't trust him because he didn't show us the collar in real time.
The truth is that I believe that this is a shock collar, that he has used it, that he did not expect that she would scream, which explains his confused reaction. First thing, if it was not a shock collar, that means that the vibration collar is too tight, which still caused pain. If she got stuck, that would not make sense. There's nothing to get stuck on here. He did not get up, even though she screamed in pain. I would have immediately checked my dog immediately. He didn't do that, except like he knew that was going to happen. It's just like nothing. And he has shown the collar later on. People have looked at the model. It looks similar to other shock collars of a similar size, same layout, everything the same. It was blinking, all that stuff. I am absolutely certain that this man is using a shock collar on his dog, and he should get banned for it, but he won't. The reason he didn't check on him is because he would have put the remote somewhere and not make any sound. Well, the remote is right next to him. That's why he could push it even. You could see how he was reaching for it. But yeah, he didn't even check for the dog, so this is a pretty clean case to me. Anyways, hug your dog, pet your dog. Treats are nice. And like, comment, and subscribe.